we did it. We found a Mayapple. We tried the Mayapple. So far we haven't died, by the way. Nah, we'll probably just edit that out. Well, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Last week, I was able to go out into the forest nearby and check on some of the Mayapples that I had seen on a previous hike. And most of them were empty. Maybe something had already gotten to them. But the first one that I found that was kind of surrounded by a lot of other plants, I reached in and I was able to find one solitary Mayapple. Now, it's been a couple of days since I found it, so it has softened up since then. It has shriveled up since then, which I guess is one of the factors in its ripening process. So it doesn't look super appealing, but it is pale yellow, the way that it's supposed to be when it's ripe. And I thought I am going to have to be brave and try out the flavor of this, because that's what I've been saying. So I've got my knife here, opportunity to open it up here. Now it feels like it's a little firm in the middle. As I cut into it, just kind of white on the inside right here. If I split it down the center, still just kind of white in the middle. It smells kind of like familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Squash insides is what it smells like. Like when you cut up like a butternut squash and you're removing the seeds, it's got that smell. Something like it. So the question is, what does it taste like? And I guess there's only one way to find out. So I just kind of squish out the gooey inner center, and here we go. All right. So my first time trying it. My initial reaction is, just spit it out. But mostly just because it's an unfamiliar flavor. I will spit the seeds out. Actually, to show you, on the inside there's quite a few of these little seeds. Little yellow seeds like this. And as I continue to suck on it, flavor's not that bad. It's unusual. I definitely would not say that it tastes like Starburst candy, which is what I've heard. So that's it. Now there's this outer layer, just the skin. I'm not sure I really want to chew through that. Although, I don't know. For the sake of science, maybe I ought to. Skin doesn't have much flavor. The inside layer's got a little bit of flesh on it. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say that this is a delicacy. I wouldn't say you need to go out and find these, because there's much better fruit at the grocery store. I would much rather have probably anything else. Banana, apple, orange, strawberry. Maybe I should have one of my kids try it and see what they think. Or both of my kids and see what they think. How about that? Just a second. Maybe I can get them to try it. Just come on over here. All right, so I got my son Lewis with me here today. I've already tasted it, but now the question is, what's the second opinion on it?
What's that?
What's what? This?
The stuff on the inside, yeah.
There's some seeds in there, so you're just gonna squeeze this out into your mouth if you want, and suck on it and get that seed loose. And I spit the seeds out because the seeds are kind of hard.
Would you spit them out at?
Down in the grass.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Squeeze that in
Do
your
I
mouth.
eat this part or
I
not?
didn't. I mean, it's too chewy. Does it taste exactly like Starburst candy?
Not exactly.
No. Does it taste anything like Starburst candy? I wouldn't call it Starburst candy. I didn't
Now
think
that
so
I eat
either.
more. No.
No. What's it smell like?
Something that's been outside.
Something that's been outside?
Mm.
I thought it smelled like the inside of a butternut squash.
That's
That's what I
specific.
thought. Well, that's what I thought it smelled like. Well, you got a mosquito on your chin.
Why are there so many
Would you say it's
seeds?
I don't know. Would you say it's a delicacy?
I wouldn't say it's a delicacy, but I wouldn't say it's bad.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate? What kind of rating would you give Mayapple your first try?
6.
Really? He gives it a 6. He's awfully generous. So you kind of like it? All right.
It's
Sounds
okay.
good. It's okay. Still working on spitting the seeds out. There's a little bit of flesh in there too if you want to.
Well, the seeds have flavor, so
Are you chewing them or sucking on them?
both kind of.
What do you mean the seeds have flavor?
Like, there's still more of the flavor of the Mayapple.
Around the seed or in the seed?
Oh, around the seed.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Well, sort of. Mixed reviews, because I wasn't a super big fan, although obviously I ate it. I might rate it closer to a 3 out of 10. It's mildly sweet. You get used to it. It's kind of got an interesting flavor at first, kind of a, I don't know, little tart, little melony squash type flavor, but with just a hint of sweetness, maybe a slight tangy bit to it. But and there's obviously not a lot to it. Again, these are very small, so you'd have to have a lot to have a substantial meal anyway. But I do think that it would be worth looking into. Maybe we ought to try this. Is it would probably make an interesting jelly or something like that, or as an addition, because it has that jelly sort of inside. That it would be probably a good addition to some other kind of fruit. But anyway, that's the initial review on Mayapples. I'd be interested to know if you've ever tried one.
What if that'd be interesting in a smoothie or something?
Smoothie? Mayapple in the smoothie, probably. And maybe we'd have to look at if there's any specific health benefits or vitamins in the Mayapple that would be worth adding to it, because again, there's not much to it. But anyway, we did it. We found a Mayapple. We tried the Mayapple. So far, we haven't died, by the way. But, nah, we'll probably just edit that out. What? Mayapple extracts the Modern research shows evidence of Mayapple extracts that inhibit cell division, thus blocking new growth of tumors. We are fighting cancer, folks. That's right, we're fighting cancer. Anyway, I've recently learned about a couple other plants. Watercress. Watercress? I think. And the other one was wild sorrel or something like that. A couple of other wild plants that can be eaten and have health benefits to them. And maybe I'll get a chance to share those with you and maybe see what Lewis's opinion is on those. We actually have some wild sorrel growing as a weed in our front lawn. But they grow these pods when they get larger, which they don't have these pods on them in our front lawn, but the whole plant can be eaten. They can be made into tea, and apparently it's good for fighting hunger. But maybe we'll look into that in a future episode. Mayapple, conquered. Maybe not conquered. We have reached the summit of Mount Mayapple, and we have lived to tell about it. Anyway, I'll see you on the next little adventure.